Hey, Matt.
Hello.
What's up tonight?
No, nothing. Just sitting back after work and trying to enjoy the rest of the evening. Relaxing.
Just relaxing a little
Just
bit.
relaxing.
Yeah. Well, we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how you've been doing since you've been here with us and eating mostly alkaline foods with me and Calvin and CJ, haven't you?
I try to stay away from all the other crap. And that's mainly because when I first came down here and I started doing the alkaline thing with you guys, I felt great. I had a lot of energy. I lost weight. Not bad weight. I lost good weight. My stomach trimmed down real good, and I just felt all around better. So I try to stay with that. I know that it works. If you know that something works, work it. Right?
Yeah, awesome. I love that. If you know something works, work it.
Well, how long have you been with us?
Since I don't know. I got my job at Ruby Tuesdays on September 28th, so probably a week before that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
September.
Sure did.
And we all the time telling you, just try things out and see for yourself, don't we? And we always tell everybody in our videos, just try it out and see for yourself.
That's
Prove
all you
it.
gotta do.
Prove it to yourself.
Absolutely. Just try it.
Yeah, when we picked you up, you had a pretty nasty
cold.
nasty cold, wasn't it?
Almost pneumonia, probably. And I started taking the supplements, the herbs and stuff back there. And you guys gave me some teas, and it hung around for a little while, but it beat it out of me. It was hard to get out, but it got out of there. Had I not come down here, it probably would have progressed into pneumonia, and I probably would have been in the hospital probably to get rid of it, because my chest was hurting pretty good.
Yeah, like the day before we come to get you, you said, I might have to go to the hospital, to the emergency
Yeah,
room.
because I kept running a fever every once in a while. It wasn't a fever that stuck around, but my body was telling me that something was wrong, because it kept my temperature kept getting high, and I'd sweat and feel real bad and stuff. So I knew something. I knew it wasn't just a common cold.
Wow.
Yeah. And how long you think after you got with us it stuck around? You would say probably about a week or two, a week maybe.
Yeah, 2 weeks probably.
About 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know.
But if I'd have started doing the herbal thing when I first noticed it, it probably wouldn't have. Just like that when we went down to the beach that day, and that whatever that was in the water that stuck the back of my foot. Remember how it got real infected looking, and we put that salve on it, and like 6 hours later, the infection it wasn't red anymore. Put that salve on it, covered it up, and less than probably 6 hours or less later, it wasn't tender to the touch or nothing anymore. So.
Yeah, because you gotten stuck by something, got into the ocean with your bare feet.
Yeah.
And you said, look here. That was on your heel, on the back of your heel, wasn't it?
Yep.
And it was already red.
It was already red.
And poofy.
Yeah.
Like you can tell the information.
It had a lot of inflammation in it.
Yeah.
We put that salve on, like I said, about 6 hours later, wasn't tender or nothing.
Yeah.
The redness was gone, and it healed up pretty good.
And did anyone in that house? Didn't nobody in this house, which means me, Angela, or CJ, did none of us catch that? What you brought in that you had?
No,
none of us
you
caught
guys
it.
did.
He's right with us real close in the car coming here.
Yes.
Or even
8 out. What?
Even gave you hugs and kisses, and still never got it, did you?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No.
Rode in the car with you how long? How many hours to get from West Virginia to here? I don't know, about 6-7 hours, I think.
Yeah,
Drive?
that's all the time that we spent going to Cass and back from Cass.
Yep.
All the way back.
Sure
Yeah.
did. We had spent the whole day before we even, took
Yeah.
the ride back home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we did. And he was pretty sick at that time, too.
Yeah.
When we went to Cass.
Yeah.
He was pretty sick, wasn't you?
Yeah.
I kind of
Bad cough, bad congestion that's what it was. It was a bad congestion in my chest.
Yeah, and I remember you saying, "Oh, Mom, I don't want to give you the cold and all that," and we was like,
No, we don't get sick.
he said, "What is that,
And
man?"
what was you
We don't get
thinking,
sick.
Matt?
I was thinking you guys were wacky. But after being here, man, and seeing what you guys do and everything, I realized it wasn't wacky. It's pretty much true. If you keep your body in an alkaline state, that a lot of disease and stuff live on acids. Well, they want your body to be in an acidic state.
Yeah,
It's like cancer. Cancer thrives on an acidic state.
exactly. You tell people about it, too, don't you, sometimes?
Oh,
You
all
tell
the
them.
time.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it though. They don't want to change. A lot of people don't want to change until it's too late. Until
Mm-hmm.
they're dying or they're deathly sick, and then they want to try to change
Yes.
when they're at their last thread of, oh well, I can't do it.
Yeah.
By the pharmaceuticals ways, let's go ahead and try something different. But by then, it's probably too late. And in fact, if they'd have tried it in the first place, if they'd have used that along with whatever the pharmaceuticals was giving them, even that probably would have even been better than just doing whatever the pharmaceutical companies, because they're just about money. That's all pharmaceutical companies is about. I mean, you got to look before pharmaceuticals came around. When they come around, probably the 20s, 30s, probably
Mm-hmm.
big pharmaceutical companies.
Yes.
Before then, that's all you had was herbs.
Yes.
You didn't go to a doctor and oh well, we're going to give you some pills today, or this or that or whatever. They gave you some kind of herbs, whatever kind of herb was for that remedy right there. That's what they gave you.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah. That's exactly right.
that's pretty much amazing right there, man. And I want you to say something like after the 2 weeks after you got all nice and healed up. You also, you know, we was talking about that time. You say, you know, you started just wanted to see about the eating dairy, and then you.
Yeah, I did. I was eating dairy yogurt for a while, and I ate it for probably a week and a half. I ate a good bit of it every day, probably a pint a day or something probably. And my mucus, I was getting real mucusy. My nose was getting real stuffy and getting a lot of drainage down the back of my throat. And then once I stopped eating that dairy stuff, I ain't got no mucus now.
And you do take a lot of the teas that we drink every,
Yeah.
you know.
Every day
Yeah.
I drink tea.
Yep.
Yeah, and you had said that you was all clear and everything, and you just wanted to see. That's why you went back to eating the dairy yogurt, wasn't it? Just to
Yeah.
see, because you know, just to prove and
Yeah,
see.
right. See if it maybe would have been something different, something else that I was eating. Maybe it wasn't the dairy.
Hmm.
That's what I thought. And I've lived my whole life eating dairy
Yeah.
and meats and all this other stuff. So it's something I'm progressively trying to get out of, but
Yeah.
that's a hard thing to do.
Very hard.
It's very, very hard. Absolutely. Especially being a cook. I'm a grill cook, so I cook meat all the time. I'm always over top of a stove smelling the meat cook. So that's what makes it even harder for me, is being a grill cook at a place that serves steaks and chicken and burgers and all that stuff.
Sure.
Totally understandable, you know.
Mhm.
Totally understandable.
But I try to limit myself to what I eat of that stuff. And if I do anything like that, I haven't eaten anything processed in a long time. I don't do processed anymore. I try not to. I'm not going to say I don't completely, but I try to stay away from processed food. Because if there's something on a label that you can't pronounce or read, I don't think that it should be in your body.
Awesome.
Something with a name that's this long and you can't pronounce.
I
If I
love it,
can't
man.
pronounce it don't need to be in me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of processed foods is like that.
Yeah, I love that, Matt. That reminds me, right after you did come here and stay, we had left to go back out to work for a while, and you had went to the store and you had gotten you some freezer dinners
Yeah.
or some type
Yeah,
of
it's freezer
a
dinner.
healthy choice freezer dinner or something, right?
Yeah.
You got a
Chicken Parmesan.
you got a terrible headache from
Had a
eating
terrible
that,
headache.
didn't you?
Had a terrible headache after eating that.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
There's CJ. Hey, CJ. Yeah, I remember you saying something's wrong. You said, I got a splitting headache and I can't get rid of it. And I was thinking, he just had a healthy choice freezer dinner. I bet that processed food, them preservatives, caused your headache.
It probably did.
And I asked him, did I ask you what he had done? I said, oh, didn't you, like, well, he eating a Hungry Man? I think I asked you about what? That was he eating? Yeah, that would definitely give you a headache. Yeah. That's
Right.
plus, yeah.
And then the day I had a bad headache one day, and I ate a bunch of Tylenol. I even went and bought some BC powders, and couldn't get rid of the headache. And I felt sluggish and slow, and ended up making some tea out of some willow bark. Willow bark. I used a lot of willow bark, white willow bark in it. I can't remember the other two things. I used two other things too. I'm not sure right now. That was a while back, but I used a combination of 3 different herbs, and probably 30 minutes to 40 minutes after drinking that tea, I felt like I was 18 again. I felt the headache was gone. I was up. I was scrubbing the showers.
I remember that, family.
Our shower in the bathroom, and then I went to mom and dad's room back there and cleaned their shower and commodes and floor and sinks, and just went from being so sluggish, didn't feel like doing nothing, laying around on the couch trying to fight this headache off, and consuming massive amounts of acetaminophen and BC powders, and that didn't do nothing for me. And I drank that tea, and like I said, I felt 18 again.
Yes, I remember you
Like
told us that when we got in.
There was no end to the energy I had that day after drinking that tea.
I truly thought he had and came and redid the bathrooms in the kitchen. That's what I thought. I thought
Yeah, he had. So you went from being sluggish and sick and to have massive amounts of energy.
Yeah, unlimited energy. Like I could have done anything that day, and probably never would have been drained.
Wow.
That's awesome, Matt.
Very awesome. Very awesome. And you experiencing this, and that's what we try to tell all the people that we reach out to again. That we everything we saying we can prove.
Yeah. I mean, don't be afraid to try something. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you don't want to change your lifestyle. Give it a try though. Try it for a week. See how you feel.
Prove
That's what I
prove
would
it
say.
to your
Prove it
that's
to
what
yourself.
we always say too. You got anything to say, CJ?
No, I'm gonna let Max finish.
Okay.
Matt, you can finish what you're saying. I'm sorry for interrupting.
I was finished saying what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping that I didn't interrupt.
Nope. Didn't.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No, you're cool.
Well, everyone, you have a choice.
Okay, let's get CJ on here.
Will we on Facebook Live?
Oh no,
Oh.
just you two.
Well, everyone, you have a choice. You eat meat, you go vegan. Just let you know.
Mm-hmm.
You go back eating what you eating. You gonna get some changing. You gonna get you gonna get anger. You gonna get a little negative. I just don't think eating that just, I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad here or controlling everybody, but bacon, I can't eat bacon. Like pork, the whole
Yeah.
pork thing.
Yeah.
Pork is just not the right thing to eat. It's really not a good thing to eat.
Yeah, that's true, CJ.
It's not. Pork is not on a food list. It's just not. Nobody in the Bible ate pork.
Good point. You hear that? That's good, CJ.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're not trying to make anybody do anything or like you just said, everybody's got their own choice, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not a pork person. Not no more, I'm not. I gave up the pork. I'm not fixing to have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you come in and said a little something in the video too.
Yeah.
This is our family here,
Exactly.
enjoying life.
Yes.
Got anything else to say, Matt, before we close out?
No, I don't.
God bless
Okay.
y'all.
Yep. Thank you, CJ. Okay, well, it's Angela and Calvin, CJ and Matt,
Ancient Natural Nutritionalists.
Alkaline Vegans. We're out. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.